Today is going to be amazing because we're turning this wall into a waterfall. Well, it's actually called a weeping wall. You see it a lot in like traditional Japanese things like this koi pond is going to be, right? So essentially there'll be like a trickle of water all the way coming down that goes into the tank itself. It's going to look absolutely amazing. The first thing we have to do is seal the Dura-Rock or the cement backing board so no water can get behind. So Ahmed's team is fast at putting some aquafin on this wall to make it watertight. Jeff from Pondering Waters, I'll put a link in the description to all his stuff. Like I said, he's helped me out with a ton of stuff. I love this guy to death. Hopefully by the end of the day, we'll have an idea of what the weeping wall actually is going to look like. So we're not going to see water, but we're going to see the finished product, which is pretty cool. The first thing we need to do before we even get started to get the piece of universal rock actually in the building, lay it out because it's been cold outside. So we wanted to kind of acclimate to the temperature and lay down a little bit because it's folded up right now. The problem is you may notice that we have forklifts here, but there's no way we can get out the door with the forklifts because they're about to pour cement tomorrow and they're prepping for the cement tomorrow. So I think we're just gonna have to lug this with brute force, I guess.
Oh, that's not as bad as I thought it was.
Okay. Yeah. So there it is, the first look at the weeping wall. Definitely looks really cool, but you can see it's kind of undulating right now because of the way it was rolled. So we need to get it set flat because it'd be flat on the wall. As Jeff actually runs to the store to grab a bunch of supplies that we're gonna need, there is so much going on at the Legacy today. The plumber started to run the plumbing for the bridge tanks, right? So this is basically the filtration here. This is basically where a cylinder will be, and this is the centerpiece for the filtration, and then this is the back of the house. So there'll be a wall right here, and this is where the filtration is actually over here. Now Steve Bashy's coming later today. He's gonna run the rest of the filtration over to the other cylinder, as well as run all the plumbing over here so that we can get this place poured. Speaking of pouring, and I mean cement with this way, we're actually prepping right now to pour the cement tomorrow. So that's right, our chasm that we have to constantly go over with the high-low, about to get filled in tomorrow with concrete, and once that's happening, the place is gonna look cool. It's gonna be so great to just have the place have a floor and get out a bunch of big wide chasms that we have to go over. That way we can move things around. It's gonna be so good. So tomorrow, pouring concrete. And later on today, we might even get a chance to see the color inside the Stingray tank. Oh. Not sure I like that color. And Ahmed's team's here, they're actually doing a bunch of the theming today. This is actually the tree for the predator tank that is turning out so incredible. This is what we wanted. We wanted it to kind of come out of the water, look like almost like a down branch in a forest like that you would see in a river like this. Which would be really cool. And of course, over here, we're gonna have a waterfall that comes out of the wall as well. So this tank is gonna be absolutely incredible. Arapaima, arowana, red-tailed catfish, all these amazing predator fish. I can't wait for this one. This one actually might even get water here in the next couple weeks. It's not just the predator tank that Ahmed's team's working on. They're actually working on what we're calling the Bermuda Triangle, our triangle saltwater touch tank. So they're actually theming the back of that wall. Remember how that wall was like 6 inches away? Well, they fixed it no time at all. But Jeff is actually back with all the materials for the weeping wall, so let's go ahead and get this wall started.
Dude, did you get everything you needed?
I hope so.
Yeah, what's the first step?
First step is we gotta actually get up there and we gotta hang these cool little pulleys.
Okay, sweet.
Start grabbing ropes.
And that's the last pulley that Jeff has up here. So now what do? We have to somehow hook this rope and pull it up, right?
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is there's 3 pieces of wood behind you.
Okay.
Through the wood to the panel and then tie off the end of the rope.
Gotcha. And
to
then
that eyelet.
Okay, gotcha.
What are you doing?
I'm just over here, just checking out Davey's painting job over here. So he's starting to paint the coral holes right here, but again, it's gonna kind of be this base coat, and then there's gonna be some greens and yellows and stuff, and then ultimately the corals that actually go on it that make it, again, look like a coral column. It should look pretty darn cool. Well, I don't think we're gonna get it perfect first try, but I think we will get it. It's just a matter of your trial and error to see what's gonna happen. But yeah, no, I think it's a great system, and I think it's gonna work. So I think it's just gonna be easy peasy. It never is. We have Ahmed and Pepe are gonna help us. Basically, it's on a pulley system, so we just have to pull it up, get it up there, kind of make sure that it's level, and then actually secure it to the wall itself. So the first thing you gotta do is just kind of start pulling it up. It's heavier than I thought.
Yeah.
So it turns out that we got screws that were a little too short, you know, so we thought that there was enough room, but unfortunately it's just not enough to penetrate both the membrane, the cement wall, and then into the stud itself. So we literally just have to let it down, go get some more screws and do it all over again. You know, it's so good to have a team like Ahmed's team and Jeff from Pondering Waters. I thought I was going to get my hands dirty. I mean, they're a little dirty, but I've got the easy job today. I'm just kind of watching more than anything. And these guys, they're such good workers. I just want to stay out of the way. So now we just got to make sure it's level and straight.
What do you think? It looks good, right?
Yeah, it looks really good.
So we basically have it up now as far as the base goes. So Ahmed's team goes back to work with theming other things, and now it's up to us to basically just make sure it's all flattened out and kind of sit in here. Not to mention we have to cut a little bit away from the waterfall area because it's a little long. So we just have to get in there with a knife and just kind of cut away the material and then lay it flat, and then it should be good to go. We have 4 options when it comes to, yeah, that one's a good one.
That's the one I like right here.
4 options when it comes to color. We want the inside to be blue so it pops a little bit. So definitely, this is a no.
Big no?
That looks too swimming poolish like, right?
This is actually underwater. It's not gonna look like that. It's gonna be a lot brighter. Then you light it.
I was just gonna say, it's gonna be darker or lighter?
No, it's gonna be way brighter.
Okay.
Like you take blue acrylic, it looks really cool. Put it underwater, you put lights on it, and it literally glows. So that's gonna be brighter than you, like these would be very light.
Are these also a no for that one too?
1985 color.
Yeah, I agree. So it's settled. We're gonna go with this color for this tank right here, and then we're gonna go with something just a little lighter or a little darker for the Predator saltwater tank.
Oh my God, can you keep it down, sir? Can you keep it down, or can you keep it,
Running pipe.
Yeah, Brian was telling me you're not used to handling 6-inch pipe. What's that all about?
It's normally 2 1/4.
But what do you got to do? So you're running all this flex pipe for the rest of the plumbing?
Yeah, so I'm doing, this is all the pumps, the air pumps, everything for the archway tank.
Got you.
And then we're doing the main drain for the jellyfish tank.
Sick, dude. Awesome.
Ahmed's been working crazy hard on this tree over here, so I can't wait to see the progress. I mean, again, it goes from like looking like a little bit like a tree to looking really amazing. Look at that. There's some bark on that tree.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Look at that.
Isn't that crazy?
It's looking good, man. I love it.
Yeah.
That's really nice, dude.
So glad you guys came over here and say, hey, can we move that tree?
Yeah. If we could just move it a little bit. Yeah, no, this is really good, man. Fish are gonna love it too, you know?
Yeah.
So that's beautiful. The weeping wall is up. It looks absolutely incredible. Now we can match this kind of decor a little bit to that. We'll run the pipe along the top where the actual water will weep out, and then we just have to theme that a little bit so it's hidden. Look amazing. So this is one enclosure that is really close to being finished. Speaking of finished, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, there's a playlist that you can watch all kinds of videos. You can also hit that subscription button. It would mean a lot to me. Also, hit that like button while you're down there. Have a wonderful day, Reptile Army. Remember,
I mean, you're still doing this? It's been like, what, 4 or 5 hours you've been here, dude?
It's actually Thursday evening now. I'm fasting for 2 days.
it's pretty nice, right? I mean, does it look like me?
It's close. The hair color is the same. That's for sure.
I gotcha.